Have you ever stared at a piece of paper that felt heavier than a tombstone? I was standing in the empty shell of my own life, holding a single sheet from a title company. The house I'd poured my soul into, the one on North Clark Street in Chicago, wasn't mine anymore. She'd sold it. While I was on a business trip, my wife Sarah had forged my signature, liquidated our biggest asset, and vanished. The air in the master bedroom was stale, stripped of her perfume and the scent of our shared years. All that was left was a faint indentation on the carpet where our bed used to be, and a single, overlooked earring by the baseboard not hers. It was a cheap, gaudy thing, something a college kid would wear. That's when the cold dread washed over me, the kind that freezes you from the inside out. She hadn't just left, she had erased me. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. It started subtly, as these things always do. A shift in the atmosphere, a new password on her laptop. Her phone, once left carelessly on the kitchen counter, was now her constant companion, clutched in her hand like a lifeline.
When I'd ask who she was texting so late,
she'd flash a tight, dismissive smile.
"Just work, honey. You know how demanding the gallery is."
She managed a small upscale art gallery in the River North district. A world of hushed tones and expensive tastes that had always felt a little alien to me. I was a civil engineer. My world was concrete, steel and blueprints, solid, tangible. Her world was becoming abstract. The late nights became more frequent, smelling of wine I didn't recognize, and a perfume that wasn't her signature Chanel. No. 5. Then came the credit card bill, charged for $200 at a place called the Green Mill, a jazz club I knew she hated. When I brought it up, her eyes went flat and cold. It was a client meeting. You wouldn't understand. The way she said you felt like a slap. A deliberate wall built between us. She was making me feel small in the life we had built together. And the worst part was, it was working. She and her new boy toy, a young, smug artist named Ethan, whose work she was supposedly mentoring, felt untouchable. I'd see them in her Instagram stories, laughing at some gallery event, his arm draped casually over her shoulder. They were hiding in plain sight, mocking me with their arrogance. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I came home early, wanting to surprise her, and found the front door unlocked. I heard laughter from the back patio, her light, airy laugh, the one I hadn't heard directed at me in months. And his, a low, confident chuckle. I stood there in the hallway, my heart hammering against my ribs, a ghost in my own home. I couldn't breathe. The weight of it all, the humiliation, the betrayal, it just crushed me. I backed out the door, got in my car, and drove until the city lights of Chicago were a faint glow in my rearview mirror. That night, something inside me broke. The loyalty, the love, it all shattered, and what grew in its place was something cold, hard, and patient. The engineer in me took over. I wasn't a husband anymore. I was a planner. I started gathering evidence with a chilling detachment. I hired a private investigator, a gruff ex-cop, who specialized in marital infidelity. He provided me with a treasure trove of filth, photos of them checking into the Thompson, Chicago, holding hands on the Riverwalk, kissing in a dimly lit booth at a bar I'd never even heard of. I documented every lie, every late night, every suspicious receipt. I opened a new bank account and started quietly moving my personal funds. The business trip to Dubai was my idea, a 2-week project I knew she'd see as an opportunity. The day before I left, I installed a high-end security system with remote access, telling her it was for her safety while I was gone. She'd rolled her eyes, but agreed. From my hotel room 7,000 miles away, I watched them. I watched Ethan's beat-up Honda Civic pull into my driveway the night I left. I watched them drink my best scotch and laugh on my couch. And then, I watched the for sale sign go up. Pi had already alerted me that she'd contacted a notoriously shady real estate agent. She was moving fast, sloppy. She forged my signature on a power of attorney document, a laughably bad forgery that my lawyer would later call a gift. The trap was set. The day the sale closed, I was on a flight back to the States. I landed at O'Hare, and instead of going home, I went straight to my lawyer's office. We filed an emergency injunction and a lawsuit for fraud against Sarah, the buyer, and the title company. We had time-stamped photos, sworn affidavits, and the forged documents. It was an open and shut case. The public exposure was brutal and swift. Let the story leak to a local real estate blogger. Wife sells husband Lincoln Park home while he's abroad to fund tryst with younger lover. It was everywhere. The gallery fired her immediately, their reputation tarnished by the scandal. Her high society friends abandoned her, their phones suddenly going straight to voicemail. The buyer's life was thrown into chaos, their purchase now tied up in a massive legal battle. The title company's insurance was on the hook for a multi-million-dollar fraud claim. Sarah and Ethan were pariahs. The money from the sale was frozen, and they were left with nothing. The last time I saw her was in court. Her expensive clothes hung off her frame, her face was pale and drawn, the arrogance gone, replaced by a hollowed-out desperation. Ethan was nowhere to be seen. My pie told me he'd skipped town the moment the first lawsuit was filed. She tried to speak to me, her voice a pathetic whisper. "Mark, please." I just looked through her, my face a mask of indifference, and walked away. The court restored my ownership of the house, but I never moved back in. I sold it and used the money to start over somewhere else, somewhere quiet. Sometimes late at night I think about her. I don't feel anger anymore, or even sadness, just a profound, chilling emptiness. She didn't just break my heart. She taught me how to live without one. The end.